Welcome to this video on the fishing industry of Pakistan, covering marine and inland fishing, methods, economic impact, and sustainability. Our learning objectives include differentiating between marine and inland fishing, comparing the Sindh and Makran coasts, and distinguishing between subsistence and commercial fishing. Fishing is important for diet and health, providing white meat and essential vitamins. It offers direct and indirect employment and utilizes waterlogged areas for aquaculture. Waste byproducts are also used for poultry feed and fertilizer. The industry sectors are primary, which is breeding and catching, secondary, which includes processing and canning, and tertiary, which covers exporting and marketing. Fishing is classified into marine fishing in the Arabian Sea, accounting for 70% of the catch, and inland fishing in rivers, lakes, and dams, making up 30%. Inland fishing includes aquaculture. Marine fish are categorized as pelagic, living near the surface, like sharks, and demersal, living at the seabed in shallow water, like croakers, which are common on the Sindh coast. Pakistan's marine ports are divided between the Sindh coast, which is 30% of the length, with Karachi as the main center, and the Balochistan coast, which is 70% of the length, featuring ports like Gwadar and Pasni. This map shows the location of the major marine ports along the Sindh and Balochistan coasts, including Karachi, Gwadar, and Pasni. Subsistence fishing uses small wooden vessels, operating up to 5 kilometers from shore. It involves the owner and family members, with simple preservation methods limiting operations to 1 day. Commercial fishing uses large mechanized trawlers up to 100 meters, ranging 50 to 60 kilometers into the deep sea. They use modern technology and have onboard cold storage, allowing them to stay at sea for up to 15 days. Trawling is a commercial method where a large net is dragged through deep water, targeting bottom-dwelling demersal fish. It is highly efficient but can damage the seabed. Purse seining uses a large net to surround a school of fish, then closes the bottom like a drawstring. It efficiently targets pelagic fish that swim near the surface or middle of the water. Drift netting involves a long net set vertically to entangle migrating fish by their gills. A potential issue with this method is the high rate of bycatch or non-target species. Sindh is a main center for fishing due to natural factors like a wide continental shelf and mangroves that serve as breeding grounds. Human factors include better ports, cold storage, and proximity to the Karachi export hub. Inland fishing includes species like manisir and pala in rivers and lakes, and trout in cold water areas. Major centers include Manchar Lake and River Indus. The status is declining due to pollution and reduced water flow. Aquaculture farm construction requires impervious clay soil to retain water and is preferred in areas with a high water table. Ponds are typically rectangular with cemented sides, and surrounding trees provide oxygen and shade. The rearing process involves sourcing fry from hatcheries, separating species in different ponds, and adding fertilizer to promote fish food. Regular monitoring of water conditions and health is crucial before harvesting. In Karachi, fish is sold wholesale and processed for export to countries like the USA and Japan. Gwadar exports directly to the Middle East, with a growing trend, and also sends iced fish to Karachi for further export. Environmental problems include eutrophication, thermal pollution, oil spills leading to toxic accumulation in fish, and plastic waste causing entanglement. Additionally, poor hygiene standards have led to EU bans. Overfishing is caused by fishing during the breeding season, the use of illegal fine mesh nets, and foreign trawler incursions. Mangrove loss, due to cutting for firewood, also destroys breeding grounds and removes natural storm barriers. This image illustrates the environmental impact of pollution and overfishing on marine life. The visual emphasizes the crucial role of mangroves in the ecosystem, highlighting the impact of their loss on both marine life and coastal protection. Government solutions include improving infrastructure like fish harbors and cold storage, and enhancing hygiene for exports. They also provide financial aid for digging ponds, tax relief, and training through the Marine Fisheries Department. Sustainable development involves strict bans on fishing during the breeding season, regulating illegal nets, and monitoring deep-sea vessels. Setting catch quotas and restoring mangroves are also key initiatives. This visual summarizes the importance of sustainable fishing practices for the long-term health of the industry and the environment. Fish farming advantages include reduced burden on crops and livestock and the use of wasteland. Disadvantages are the potential for lowering the local water table, possible deforestation, and the need for skilled labor and capital. Recent improvements include developing ice factories in Balochistan to reduce losses and using improved weather guidance systems. Deep-sea surveys are locating new fishing grounds, and the Makran Coastal Highway is enhancing transport to Karachi. In summary, remember the comparison between marine and inland fishing, the geographical difference between Sindh and Makran coasts, and key terms like eutrophication and thermal pollution. Canning and freezing add significant value for export.